Good afternoon. We are Carrera Quinta from Bogota, Colombia. We are really very happy to be here. It's really an honor to have the opportunity to share our music, some of the culture of Colombia here in Berklee College of Music. First of all, we would like to say thank you to Berklee to invite us to be here, especially to Professor Oscar Stagnaro to invite us to share our music here in Berklee. So, Colombia, we are talking about Colombian rhythms, especially Colombian rhythms from the Andes region. Colombia doesn't have, the tune that we play it's called Con el Alma, it's a pasillo. Pasillo is a rhythm from the Andes region from Colombia. It's a traditional style. Colombia doesn't have an unique traditional style, it has many styles. There is not only one traditional style in Colombia. Because Colombia is a multicultural country. Colombia has the influences of different cultures, African influences, Amerindian influences, and European influences. And these influences work in different ways in each part of the country. So the music in Colombia in each part of the country, in each region, is really different. First of all, I would like to show you, clarify where are we talking about, where is Colombia. It's the north part of South America, has border with Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, with Brazil. Geographically, Colombia is divided in five main regions, and in these five main regions, also the culture is different. We have in the north part of the country the Caribbean region. To the left, we have the Pacific region. In the middle, we have the Andes region. The Valles region that is also part of Venezuela is to the right, and in the south part is the Amazonas region. In each one of these regions, the culture is different, the music is different. For example, the Caribbean music region, that is in the north part of the country, the one that's orange, this music had African influences and Amerindian influences. So the music that is played more with African drums, with kind of flutes, like you see in the picture, the colored guide, some kind of flutes, colored guides that get longer than a regular flute. It's a music that is with the rhythm, the percussion is so important. Music from the Pacific Coast has also have African influences, but these influences are stronger than the music in the Caribbean coast. So we have influences that also the rhythm is more important in this music than maybe the harmony or the melody. We have instruments like the marimba, chonta, like the marimba is similar, like imagine the regular marimba was made with wood, and some drums like cununos, tambores, guasa, like similar to African drums. Also, we have the Valles region, that's also part of Venezuela. We have the Valles music that is played with an arpa, that is it's similar, but it's not the same classical arpa like is played in symphonic music. We have kind of guitar instruments like the cuatro and the bandola llanera, like they are smaller than the regular guitar, and the maracas. So Colombia has many different styles. So to give you an idea about these styles in Colombia, Cesar and Pedro will show you some short examples about some rhythms of the Pacific and the Caribbean coast. They will show you a porro chocuano, and a curulao. Porro from the Caribbean coast, the music that has some African and American influences, and a porro chocuano and curulao that are rhythms that are from the Pacific coast. Our idea is to show you the difference between the rhythms in Colombia. We are focusing on rhythms from the Andes region. So we would like to show you the difference between the other styles and the style that we in Carrera Quinta focus on. So Cesar will show you the examples of this rhythm from the coast of Colombia. So first we are he will talk first. We're going to play a porro from the Atlantic coast of Colombia. before, Colombia is a multicultural country, so the music in all the country is different. And even in one region, there are many styles, and there are differences between the styles in the same region. In the Caribbean coast region, we have the Gaitas group that is in the top to the left. To the right, we have the Banda Pelayera. You see that they have trombones, they have bombardinos, clarinets, percussion instruments. So in each region, there are different ensembles, different groups. Now, Cesar is going to play some examples of Pacific Coast music. Also, this music can be divided between the North Pacific Coast and the South Pacific Coast. The ensembles are different. So right now, Cesar is going to play.
Vamos a tocar un poco sobre el porro chocuano. También se llama porro, pero es porro de Chocó, de la región del Pacífico.
It has the same name as the previous example, porro, but it's porro chocuano. Chocó is one of the states that are in the bigger in that part of the country. are showing you these examples was to show the difference that we listen the difference between the different styles that we have in Colombia. So we in Carrera Quinta, we are focusing the music from the Andes region. The music from the Andes region come from the European dances that were played in Colombia in the 18th century, dances like polkas, marchas, mazurkas, valses. When these dances began to be played in a different way, began to be played by the people that were living in Colombia, not the Europeans, began to be played with different instruments. Basically, with the performance practices of these styles changed, these European dancers turned into new styles, turned into the music of the Andes region. So we have there are many styles in the Andes region in Colombia, but there are three rhythms that are the most important. These three styles are the pasillo, bambuco, and guabina. All these styles share some elements in common, so that's why we can classify them in the Colombian Andean region style group. But also they have some elements that they make difference between them. We are going to explain what they have in common in general, these three styles. And one of the things that are the most important is the ensemble. The most traditional and representative ensemble in this music is called the traditional trio. This music is played in the traditional way with acoustic string instruments, with instruments that is similar to guitars, to the guitar. So we have an instrument called the tiple that is from Colombia. We have a bandola, that's also the Colombian bandola, and the classic guitar, the regular guitar that everyone knows. So the tiple that is unique, it's only an instrument that is in Colombia. It's smaller than a guitar, it's very similar, but it has only 4 strings, but has really 4 groups of strings, and in each string you will find 3 strings. You can see in the picture that in the middle of each group, the string that's in the middle is an octave lower than the strings that are in the border of each group. The role of the tiple in the traditional performances, in the traditional ensemble, is just play the rhythm, play the percussion role of the ensemble. Because there is something really important here, that in the traditional ensembles in the Andes region music, there are no percussion. The tiple is the one who plays that part, so he plays the percussion. The bandola, that is also similar to the guitar, smaller than the guitar, has 6 strings, also in really 6 groups of strings, 2 strings in each group. The role of the bandola in the traditional performances is play the melodies. So the traditional trio, you have a picture of one of the, in a regular traditional trio, we have the guitar to the left, the tiple in the middle, and the bandola to the right. So the roles in the instruments. The tiple plays the basic rhythm comping, and this like most like a percussion role. The bandola plays the melodies. In some moments in the 60s and the 70s, many composers tried to develop like a very challenging tunes, playing in fast tempo. So many bandola players are like virtuosos, and many of the compositions of the 60s and 70s are really thinking to be played very fast, or to play for virtuoso players from the bandola. And the guitar plays harmonic and gives rhythmic support to the ensemble. We are going to listen some examples of the bandola and the tiple, so you can have the idea how this instrument sounds. The first example, you will listen the tiple. So he plays the chords, but he's strumming the chords with his right hand, or left hand is the player left-handed. He's always playing in 8 notes, playing some accents between the rhythm. So it's more, you will listen, it's more like the percussion role than harmonic, because he doesn't sustain the chords. He must focus on the rhythmic function more than a harmonic. So the tiple hit with the right hand, he's strumming the chords. Depending on which rhythm he's playing, he will play a different pattern in the right hand. and the bandola, with the instrument, plays the melody. Okay, so we are going to explain you basically Carrera Quinta what we do. So as you can see, we don't play with the traditional instruments. What we try to do is try to keep the main functions and the main characteristics what define the sound of the traditional music, and tries to incorporate that in a different ensemble, playing with two harmonic instruments, with bass, and playing with a percussion instrument that is not used in the traditional performances. So we are going to explain exactly what are the functions of each one of the instruments and how we can assume that. And we are going to show you everything with a traditional tune con el pereirano. We are going to play the tune, but first of all, we are going to show you the traditional version of the tune. Then we are going to explain basically how we will play the tune going from a very traditional way, so very close to the tradition, and how we can change the rhythm patterns in each one of the instruments. So this tune is called El Pereirano. It's composed by the composer called Camilo Bedoya. It was composed in the first half of the 20th century.